I subscribe to the Moodle.org forums just to keep up with what's going on in Moodle land. And I've noticed lately that it seems that quite a number of posts that I get in my email by subscribing to the forums are actually coming up missing when I go to the Moodle site to read them. Now, some of them may be considered spam by the administrators, and no one would fault anyone for deleting spam posts. But it seems that the administrators there are taking censorship to new levels these days. So I just wanted to point out one example here. In the Moodle Lounge, which is supposed to be a social forum that anyone can talk about virtually any topic, there was a thread there started called Cost of a Moodle Hoster. There's lots of discussions. You can go and see the discussions in that thread talking about Moodle partners and how much they cost, and there's actually Moodle partners in here hawking their services. But there's one post in here where a person responds and talks about their school running on a low-cost server, talks about them investigating a Moodle partner and how much it cost, but then said that they thought it was steep, but after all, they do offer comprehensive service, and the person says, I suppose you're paying for reliability, security, and peace of mind. Well, I saw a reply to that person in the thread where the person actually quoted, I suppose you're paying for reliability, security, and peace of mind part, and replied back and said, yeah, you may be paying for it, but it doesn't mean you're getting it. What would you think of a Moodle partner who is still hosting a Moodle site with the following security vulnerability? I don't know, you can be the judge, but that doesn't strike me as spam. That strikes me as a legitimate question. If Moodle partners are hosting sites with security vulnerabilities, it seems like a legitimate topic to discuss. But when I went to the site today to actually follow up on that discussion, I noticed that post has been removed. So everything else is still here. Moodle partners hawking their services are still here. Others who may or may not be Moodle partner are actually in here talking about Moodle services. But when you get down to the post here that Damien made, it's still here in full. I suppose you're paying for reliability, security, and peace of mind. Christopher's reply is there. But the reply here that actually questioned whether you really are getting security and peace of mind is gone. No indication that it ever been there, no indication that it's been removed. It's just been deleted by some site administrator. So it seems to me that the Moodle administrators here had a choice at Moodle.org. They could censor the discussion, which they obviously chose to do here and in several other places it seems, or they could have ignored it and let the discussion continue, or they could have replied or let someone else reply and maybe answered the question by saying, I wouldn't think much of a Moodle partner who would do that, and in fact I don't think any Moodle partners are. But instead of responding or allowing other members to respond, they chose to censor. So I guess each individual has to determine how much censorship they're willing to accept. Now, I don't think much about news organizations that try to censor the news and give me one side of a story. I don't think much of countries that try to control the output of information and censor the information I receive. I think I'm perfectly capable of reading information, being involved in a debate to hear opposing views and issues, and making my own decision. But it seems Moodle doesn't subscribe to that theory. So my point in making this video here is to show you that when you're communicating in a Moodle.org discussions, you're not necessarily operating in an adult learning environment. You're operating in an environment where some people have decided that they're going to decide what information you should get and shouldn't get, and it goes far beyond removing Viagra spam ads and stuff like that. It goes to the point of pushing an agenda. At least that's my view and my opinion. You can decide the impact of this for yourself.